Hey, I am so excited to be here with my good friend Molly, and we just have a really great story about how we met. But I want to let you know that when you sign up for the Crown Accelerator, um, Molly is one of the bonuses in that program, and you are going to be blown away to hear about just the time that you're going to get to spend with her. So, if you are in the Crown Accelerator, we are going to be working on writing your best selling book. We're going to be turning your story into a seven-figure story, and you're going to be using your seven-figure voice. And really, this is where I say, God is turning your ashes into beauty. As an author coach, one of the things I do is help you dig that story out and then lay out the chapters of your life into the chapters of your book. This
Mm.
isn't just any book. This is the book that is going to turn people into your ideal clients. This is the book that is going to leave a legacy for you. This is the book that is going to turn your message into a movement. And that's why I thought it was important for me to partner with some other powerhouse women to not only help you write your book, but once you write your book, then what do you do with it? You need to get out there and market your book and bring your story to the stage, which is why Molly is going to be my bonus buddy here, and you are going to get a story to stage session with her. So, Molly, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, all the incredible things you've done, and then what are they going to experience when they are in that story to stage session with you?
Well, I am so excited to just be a part of this, Angela. It is going to be amazing to take all of the hard work that have been poured, like blood, sweat, and tears, into these chapters and not just keep this book on a shelf collecting dust and like the world's best kept secret. I see that
Mm.
happen all too often with authors. They pour so much into it and they're like, well, now what? Who needs to read my story? So, because we have such a powerful medium in our hands, that medium being social media, how can you use that to really be able to take that hard work and be able to get your story ready for the stage? Now, the stage doesn't have to be a physical stage. We have, stories, Instagram, Facebook stories. We have reels on TikTok. We can go live. Just online really is a virtual stage that most people are utilizing. And if you're not speaking, you're consuming. And somebody right now needs to consume what it is that you just created. So
So
before
good.
we dive into just the details of that 90-minute session, a little bit of my background: I'm a former news anchor and reporter. I got into that to tell stories, but those were the icky ones. Nobody wants to listen to those stories. If it bleeds, it leads, doom and gloom. And I was like, no, I don't like these anymore. So it was a great training ground. And then God put me through multiple training grounds to get me where I am today. So, really, over the last decade, I've helped people really pull out the gold inside of them to craft that signature story. And so, being able to do that, I've done it, gosh, in so many different ways, but I love doing it with authors specifically because you've spent all this time and you have this lovely book. How can we condense it into stories that stick? So you're pulling out different pieces, whether it's
Mm.
chapters or of an overarching theme of your story. And typically, when I start with people, I start what's called the signature story. It's really like an overarching brand story. For authors, it
Mhm.
can be the overarching, here's like the theme of the book and what
Yes.
people can connect with you as the author, as well as why should they pick up your book? Why should they purchase it, type of a thing. So, the 90-minute session, what I really am going to dive in is help women refine just the core of their signature story based off the thesis of their book, with
Mm.
professional feedback and really just kind of going through that back and forth with targeted tweaks, guiding them to really shape something powerful that they can deliver confidently, something also that's repeatable, because then you build confidence as you say it over and over to deliver on a virtual stage. It could be a physical stage, a podcast, it doesn't matter. But we want to really take that story to stage session and help you maximize what you've
Mm.
already done in this amazing book.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited about that they are going to have the opportunity to meet with you. a lot of times women are afraid to, tell their story because they think, well, I don't know what to say. But once you have this signature story, that comes from the signature story that's in your book, then, I like to say, when you go to a concert and you are going to hear, your favorite music artist, if they only play new stuff, you're kind of like, okay, wait, I want to hear what you're known for. I want to hear the oldies, like, those songs that they're known for through the years. And so it's just like that when people have you speak, once you have your book and then you begin to get on stages, whether they're live or virtual, people want to hear that signature story. And that's what the butterfly story is for me. And I don't care where I go speak. If somebody has heard that before, they're like, hey, don't forget to tell that story. And I'm like, aren't people tired of that story? But they're not. So I have it and I don't need notes anymore. Right. I just get up and it becomes a conduit for the anointing that is able to then flow through that story. And
Nice.
so, that's what I love about, our connection. We were divinely connected, and we have a really funny story, but we really connected over the fact that we are both story strategists, right? And so now we're just bringing our expertise and our brilliance together to not only give you that story for your book, but then to take it on stage. And so Molly, do you want to tell a little bit about how we met? That's kind of a funny story, and I can fill in too.
It is. It is so funny because, typically I'm one of those where I'm looking around. We all get stuck in what we call the scroll hole, right? We get stuck in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, that's not attention. What is this? And there was a quote that you had posted that talked about something that was a creep. And I was like, I thought it was hilarious. I was like, what is this? Who is this lady? I go and then look a little bit more on your page. I'm like, oh, I'm already in love. Like, she's incredible. But it was such a funny, just like, what is that? And God, I think automatically highlighted that. So you can go ahead and share like what the creep part was because you just never know when there's something on your page, on your brand that just sticks out. And that's what creates connections like this.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So the quote, one of my favorite quotes is by Helen Keller, and she said, one cannot creep when one feels the urge to soar. And, my whole brand is built around soaring. And so I love that quote because that I think explains what was going on inside of me when I began to get that download from that divine download from the Lord for my book was that I knew that I was called to soar. There was something in me. And I also knew I was very well acquainted with the fact that I had been creeping. And so when I read that quote, it was like, yes, this is it right here. And if you know that you have a book inside of you, if you know that you have a big impact to make, you may find yourself in the point where you feel like you're creeping, but those dreams of soaring are keeping you awake at night. And that's how you know, okay, I need to get connected with these two ladies right here. And so I am just so thankful for you, for your ministry, for your voice, for your heart, for your passion for the Lord, for your passion for women, for your boldness and bravery to just, not be limited by your location and all of those things, right? And so, Molly is definitely someone you want to know. Make sure you follow her on social media. What are your social media handles that they can follow you on?
If you type in, so Molly Trotter Gomez, Trotter's my maiden name. So my Instagram still has Molly_Trotter, Facebook Molly Trotter Gomez, and I think on pretty much every other platform, it's Trotter Gomez everywhere. So if you type that
Okay.
in, just because Trotter Gomez is literally nowhere but me,
Yeah. Okay,
it's a good
good, good.
differentiator. You should find
Yeah,
me.
good, good, good. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for being on here, Molly. And I'm excited
Thank
for
you.
them to get to know you and to be able to experience that story to stage session with you when they sign up for the Crown Accelerator. So, okay. All right. God bless you all. All right. Bye bye.